Hi, welcome to Peace Donkeys. Today I'm going to show you how to make reins, both split reins and loop reins. So the split reins are just like these ones with the knot on the end, using just a clip to clip onto your rein, onto your bridle, and then the loop reins, which are just have no joint in the middle, and that's what they look like on either side. Okay, so that's using no buckle, just your clip for your bridle. Okay, so to make a two-colour split rein, you're going to need a strand of each colour at full length, whatever length you want it to be, and then you're going to need a strand of each colour at half length. And we're going to actually join these together. If you don't join these together and you just use, for example, two pinks and a purple, or two pinks and a yellow, that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so that's two strands of one colour and one strand of another colour. If you do the method that I'm about to show you, where you join them together, you get this effect. So you get purple all across the bottom and white all across the top. So I just happen to prefer this look, so that's what I'm going to show you today. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you're going to join your two pieces of different colour together, your half lengths. So just give those a melt. Join them together like so. Just hold those together for a few seconds to make sure they're going to hold. Then you're going to get your clip that you're going to use for your rein, and you're going to put that through and just do a cow hitch. Okay, over the top like that. And that's your cow hitch. Now you want to make sure that that join is in the centre, because when you're pulling on the reins, the pressure's going to be on that part and you don't want it to be where the join is. So try to keep that in the centre as much as possible. Now you're going to get your other two strands and you're going to put those through the centre, and you're going to go to the halfway point so that you've got all of your strands roughly the same length. Okay, so that's how you've got 6 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now to get this nice effect here, you want to make sure that you keep consistency with your colour. Okay, so you're going to separate these into 3. I'm going to keep pink on the left and purple on the right. Sorry, I'm going to have to do it the other way around, because the centre strand has got purple on the left and pink on the right. So my left strand is going to be purple on the left, pink on the right. Centre strand's purple, pink, and then the right strand, make sure you've got purple, pink. Okay, so I'm going to start the plait or the braid. So left goes over right, and you must make sure that you keep that purple on the left. If you're not careful, you could end up folding it across and end up with pink on the left. Okay, so purple on the left with each set of strands. Okay, then the right strand goes across the centre. I'll just put that down for a second. Okay, and then left goes over the centre. And you're just going to do a basic plait. Right over the centre. Left over the centre. Right over the centre. Left over the centre. Right over the centre. Left, right, and you just keep continuing with that pattern. You just pull that out to make sure that you keep the tension correct. You can have it as loose or as tight as you want. And you can see that pattern starting to happen, where we've got pink, purple on the top and purple and pink on the bottom. So pink's always on the top, purple's on the bottom, if you keep these strands consistent. So just remember to keep those colours. Purple on the left, purple on the left, purple on the left with each strand. So that gives you quite a nice effect.
Right.
Another pattern that you can do is, if you swap now and put the purple on the top, if you fold that across, so the purple's on the top, purple's on the top, sorry, purple's on the top, purple's on the top. If you keep folding those purple in onto, so that you make sure that purple's on the top, you get a different kind of a braid. So just fold it into the centre, fold it in, fold it into the centre. You can see that's how we started, with pink all the way along the top. Now we're going pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple. Okay, that just gives you like a fishtail effect. It is a bit narrower rein as well. Some people like a narrower rein. I prefer that one myself, but that's just showing you a different style that's possible just by changing how you do the braid. And then when you've got the desired length of what you want with your braid for your single rein, you're just going to tie a knot. Okay, so if your rein was 6 foot long, for example, you tie a knot and then you clip this onto your bridle or your halter, however it is you want to ride, and then you've got that flicky bit at the end. So that's how you do your split rein. What I'm going to show you next is how to do loop reins. Okay, so to make your loop reins, you're going to need 3 strands of each colour at whatever length you want them to be. And I know this looks a bit dodgy at the start, but it'll all come good in the end. What you're going to do is you're going to join these together, but you're not going to join them together face on, you're going to join them together side on. Okay, so we'll just give that a melt. See if we can get those to join together side on. Okay, and then you can see I've already joined the other lot together, and we're going to join this lot to that as well. So it is a bit tricky, but we'll see how we go. So I'm just going to melt these again. Give that a little bit of a melt, and I'll join those onto there. This is just to hold them at the start. And then you're going to put these through, actually to start with you're going to do your first lot of plaits. And we're going to try to keep the colours together again. So pair green with green, sorry, green with purple in 3 places. Okay, so left goes over the centre, right goes over the centre, left goes over the centre. Okay, and in this case I've got green on the left, and keep the green on the left as you go. Try to keep just a nice firm tension on your plait. We want to do quite a few inches of this before we start putting it through our clip. Through your clip. And you're just going to keep going with your plait for a few minutes till you get a bit more done. Right to go. Okay, so one way that you can join these braids together onto the clip is by using one of these Conway buckles. So all you do with that is you just slide all of that plait onto there, and then just slide it down to the end. Okay, and what happens is that little buckle goes through all your paracord, like so, and that holds that to you, and then you just put that back, slide that back through the other part of the buckle. Okay, so that's one way that you can end or join those two pieces together so that they hold. The other way that we're going to do, I'll just take that off. Okay, so the other way you can do it is you're going to now unjoin these pieces of cord. So you can either cut those off. And what you're going to do is you're just going to undo that a little bit. So I think we'll join roughly a couple inches down. And what you're going to do with each strand, each set of strands, is you're just going to follow where the bottom part is, and you're going to incorporate those into there, or weave those into there. So to make it a little bit easier to know where these are going to go, I've just drawn a little dot. So these two strands are going to go under that loop. This strand here is going to go under that loop, and this strand is going to go under that loop. And you'll work it out, you just have to follow the strands, see where they belong. Okay, so now that is really, really strong. Okay, you can pull on that and that's not going to come undone. So then all you're going to do now is you're just going to cut off those underside pieces and you're just going to melt them together. So do the bottom one first and then the others can just come over the top. So that way you haven't got finishing off in all different places. Down onto there. Nice and secure. And then obviously you'll just do the same on the other side, and there you have your loop reins. Okay. Thanks for watching and please subscribe.